I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want, and thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at the Shawn Carter by Hublot Classic Fusion limited edition of 250 45mm in black ceramic. You can see it and buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. I have to say that this watch is one of the most discreet, beautifully proportioned, and comfortable Hublot watches I've ever encountered. For a brand that's made its name with love-hate watches that are huge, strident, and overpowering, this is one of the most discreet and beautifully conceived, versatile references that they've ever offered. Now in 2013, Shawn Carter, aka Jay-Z, and Hublot jointly released a limited collection of 350 pieces, 100 in gold and 250 in black ceramic, and that's what you see here. This watch on my wrist, 16 centimeters, 6.3 inches in circumference, almost feels like it's not there. It's that comfortable. Now, in terms of proportions, 8mm thick is thinner than an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo. 45mm across the round of the case. It does have a broad 53mm lug-to-lug stance, so on the wrist it definitely has the visual impact of a large watch, but close your eyes, you could almost forget it's there. It's that comfortable. And yes, it will fit under any kind of tight sleeve or dress cuff. Now, a big part of the success of this watch from an ergonomic standpoint is a wonderfully thin and supple, natural rubber strap with alligator leather stitched into its tops. As MDM Genève in 1980, Hublot pioneered the materials fusion concept that joined then gold cases to natural rubber straps. Well, the tradition continues here with essentially high-tech fired ceramic, nearly as scratch-resistant as Sapphire. It keeps the watch looking beautiful, and Hublot is a master of this material, polishing it and brushing it alternately to create gorgeous contrast, even on a stark black case that would otherwise look a little bit monolithic. Hublot layers the case and creates nuance with those contrasting finishes. It's effective and it's handsome in person. And the bottom line is it's linked up to a single fold deployment with twin trigger release. The twin triggers providing extra security when closed. Nothing's left to the chance of a friction fit. And the case itself is wonderfully discreet. Now, it's a true throwback to that 1980 Hublot, or it was an Hublot by MDM Genève. That watch was compact, it was thin, it was versatile. It was both sporty and a dress watch as needed. What Shawn Carter has done with the design of this watch is he's created something that's simple but striking. Now, you can see the classic PVD titanium Hublot H-pattern bezel bolts inset, but then within, a gorgeous dial with applied, faceted, high-polished hour indices, and at center, the Shawn Carter logo. Note the inset partially obscured small seconds sub-register. It's actually sunken into the inset logo. Now, from an arm's length, I gotta say, that reminds me of a certain high-end watchmaker from Genève's logo. Vacheron, if you're watching this, close your eyes. But the bottom line is, the taste is simply self-evident here. There's a lot of restraint involved. Hublot can go nuts with materials, with size, with complications, and the technical aesthetic. Hublot and Shawn Carter did a great job of making this watch handsome, distinguished, and versatile. Now, the watch does feature a Hublot manufacturer caliber 1300. The HUB 1300 is pretty impressive on a couple of levels. First of all, the finish is a huge step above what we've come to expect from the traditionally ETA-powered Hublot watches. This one, executed entirely in-house, is both beautifully brushed and skeletonized, so you can see the entire mechanism. Part of the ergonomic triumph of this watch is that it's so thin, 8mm, and credit goes entirely to the 2.9mm thick 23 jewel caliber 1300. Again, this is built in-house by Hublot in neon, and everything about it is just a step above anything that you would have found in Hublot's past, starting with the aesthetic, but perhaps ending with the 90-hour power reserve. Wound up, this one's good to go for far more than 3 days in between windings, so while a manual wind watch, it only has to be wound periodically, giving you that quality time with your watch, so that it's quality time indeed, and not all the time. Wind it every couple of days. It's a great watch to include in a rotation of watches. If you want to wear a Big Bang, if you want to wear a King Power, this can be your watch perhaps for the office, for occasions when you have to show a little bit of propriety. But at the same time, handsome and rugged in full ceramic with a rubber strap, this one knows how to let its hair down. It really is a fantastic reference for those who like the image and the energy of Hublot, but perhaps either ergonomically can't wear the bigger watches or don't quite buy into the image of the oversized sports watch as executed in the Big Bang or the King Power. This from the Classic Fusion line has a beautiful link to Hublot's past as well as firm ties to the company's present. It's a beautiful reference in durable ceramic with a gorgeous movement and a unique dial. It also has a cool backstory with the Shawn Carter connection, and hey, let's face it, it's thinner than a jumbo. You can check out this Shawn Carter by Hublot Classic Fusion 45mm in black ceramic with in-house 90-hour movement on our website, watchyouwant.com.